What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here, and today is Saturday, March 14th, 2020, and no parade for me. But that's not all. I want to talk about what I could expect from the NHL when they come back from the coronavirus. Because the league is suspended right now. And I want to give you guys a few predictions of what could happen. I'll tell you for each team of what I see happening. When we come back, I don't know how the Rangers are going to be, but it only depends if they decide to bring back the regular season and let it continue and have so everyone could clinch a playoff spot, but I don't know what they're going to do. It's unknown whether they want to continue the regular season. I don't know. But they still want playoffs and a Stanley Cup. But let's talk about teams. I don't know what to expect from the Rangers when we come back, but I'm giving them one more year still to miss playoffs before they'll be strong in 2021. Because we're not that perfect yet. Oh, I pretty much think Columbus is still gonna struggle when we get back. And I know the Islanders haven't had a good 2020 lately because of how they've been playing, losing 7 in a row, but I really think they'll come back solid and still make the playoffs because they're still in the race. Suspended or not, they're still in the race. Maybe they could start winning more games when we come back once everyone takes a rest from the virus. I now expect it to be the Islanders and Carolina to be the two wild card teams. But Florida has also fell out too. Florida is like points behind the Maple Leafs. And now I don't think they're going to make the playoffs if we come back. We'll see what happens. I'm favoring those three teams to make it. To make a wild card. And maybe everyone on top of the standings who really struggled could start winning more games. You know, like Washington, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Toronto. Maybe they'll start winning more after they take a break. But the team that's definitely going to make it is the Philadelphia Flyers. They've been unbelievable these last few weeks. They don't let anything pass them this year. The only team I don't think is going to change is the New Jersey Devils. I still think they're going to finish last. No playoffs for them despite being strong again. I still don't expect them to make playoffs. The Devils are still going to finish last because they're points behind everyone else. I know Detroit's done. And Ottawa Senators. And when we come back, I don't think Montreal and Buffalo are going to really do anything. So no playoffs for them either. Now in the West, I still see St. Louis and Colorado still making a run for it. And Dallas, but they haven't been that good lately in the last 10 games. Like the last 10 games they played so far. Their record's not that great. And I don't know who's going to make it to the wild card. It's either Nashville or Winnipeg. They're like in a really big fight right now. Like a really, really big fight. It's going to be more challenging when they face each other. But who knows who make it. The only two that I don't expect to make it is Minnesota Wild and Chicago Blackhawks. I still expect them to be bad after the suspension is up. In the Pacific, I now expect all three West Canadian teams to make it in Vegas. But I don't know if Arizona might climb up after the suspension. They might surprise us, who knows. But despite the Kings being red hot and still being in the bottom, I still don't expect all three California teams to make playoffs because San Jose and Anaheim also struggled this year. That was a complete shock this year. I'm giving it till April for the season to be suspended. And who knows, they might have to play playoff games in the summertime by the Stanley Cup final, like in July. It'll have to be pushed till July fast, too. So I'm giving it till April. And I highly think the NHL is going to finish their regular season by like either the first week in May or second week in May. And the playoffs will just start from there. This is the first time an NHL season has been delayed since the 2012 and 13 strike. Where the playoffs get pushed all the way till the end of June, where the Stanley Cup final is. And I was like finished with school by the time the Stanley Cup was completed. I was only in 6th grade when it happened. It was the Boston Bruins against the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks got another Stanley Cup. That was like back when the Blackhawks were good, but look at them now. They're like a bad team. They're like the worst in the Central Division. They were like locked in last place like in 2018. In 2017-18 season. They were like completely locked to the bottom of the division. Because they were playing really badly. And it seems to be this year now, too. But they're starting to climb back up. I'm giving them till 2021, and so is Montreal. But I'm not really concerned about next season. I just don't know what's gonna happen this season. But we all want playoffs. They're like really watchable. No matter who makes it. They're like really fun to watch. Like knowing who's gonna make the Stanley Cup. But since the season is suspended right now, they obviously pushed my Monday game. So I could still go to a Rangers game this year. It's just postponed. And the season is just suspended. That's all it is. It's not like I'm not going now. I'm still gonna go to a Rangers game. Because the game is only suspended and postponed. That's all it is. The season's suspended and the game is postponed. So, those are all the team's performances I expect to see when we come back. And I want to see a Stanley Cup final this year. I'm really hoping we get one. Because these teams don't play hard for nothing. That would have been the most ludicrous thing I would ever hear of. For a team that works so hard for nothing. So hopefully we can come back, and hopefully I might be right about everything. So I guess that's it. Bye.